Welcome back, Giggles. Tonight I want to share with you a legend that children in Japan used to whisper before bedtime. It's not about samurai, dragons, or brave warriors, but about a little cat. Yes, you heard that right, a cat. And not just any cat, but the cat who was once chosen to guard the moon. Long, long ago, when the world was still young, the moon shone brighter than it does today. Its light was so pure that children could see their dreams written across the night sky. But one day, trouble appeared. Mischievous shadow spirits began sneaking up the sky, trying to steal the moon's glow. The moon, worried that it might one day vanish, asked the goddess of night for help. "Choose me a guardian," the moon said. "Someone who will keep me safe when darkness grows too strong." The goddess looked across the earth, searching for a mighty warrior, a fierce beast, or a wise elder. But strangely, her eyes stopped on a tiny cat. A scruffy, sleepy, and slightly lazy cat who lived in a fisherman's hut. The cat's name was Tama. Most of the time, Tama could be found curled up on top of fishing nets, chasing his own tail or napping in the sun. Hardly the kind of hero anyone would expect. But the goddess of night smiled. "He may be small, but his heart is pure. He will do." So one evening, when Tama was licking his paw and preparing for yet another nap, the moonlight suddenly wrapped around him. He blinked, confused. The goddess appeared and placed a tiny silver bell on his collar. "This bell," she said, "will keep away the shadow spirits, but only if you are brave enough to use it." And just like that, Tama was chosen as the guardian of the moon. At first, Tama wasn't thrilled. Guarding the moon sounded like a lot of work. He preferred sleeping, eating fish scraps, and stretching lazily on warm rooftops. But when night fell and he saw the shadows crawling up to dim the moon, something changed inside him. He leapt, higher than any cat had leapt before, straight into the sky. His tiny paws sparkled with stardust, and his silver bell rang with a chime so sweet that it made the shadow spirits tremble. Tama chased them, clawed at them, and rang his bell until the shadows scattered. But here's the funny part. Every time Tama fought too hard, he got tired and fell asleep. Sometimes he fell asleep right on the moon itself. Children would look up at the sky and laugh, saying, "Look, the moon has a cat sleeping on it tonight." One night, however, the shadows came back stronger than ever. They gathered together, forming a giant dark cloud that threatened to swallow the moon completely. Tama tried ringing his bell, but the shadows didn't move. He tried leaping, clawing, and hissing, but nothing worked. For a moment, Tama felt small again, like the lazy cat he once was. But then he remembered. The goddess didn't choose him for his strength. She chose him because of his heart. So Tama stood tall, shook his little bell, and meowed louder than ever before. It wasn't just a meow, it was a call echoing across the sky. Stars twinkled, the wind blew, and the moon began to glow brighter and brighter, fueled by Tama's courage. The shadows hissed and shrieked, unable to withstand the light. One by one, they vanished. The moon was safe again. Since then, children in Japan would say that when you see a faint shimmer or hear a soft chime on a quiet night, it's Tama's bell ringing in the sky, reminding the shadows to stay away. And if you look very closely, you might even spot a tiny silhouette curled up on the moon, sleeping, of course. Because no matter how epic the battle, Tama is still Tama, a small, funny, lazy cat who just happens to be the bravest guardian the moon has ever known. Moral of the story: even the smallest, sleepiest, and most unexpected among us can shine the brightest when the time comes. You don't need to be strong like a warrior or fierce like a dragon. Sometimes all it takes is a kind heart and a little courage. So tonight, when you look at the moon, remember Tama, the little cat with the silver bell. Because legends don't always belong to the mighty. Sometimes they belong to the fluffy. That's the legend of the cat who guarded the moon. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more bedtime legends from around the world. Sweet dreams, dreamers.